every place that I'm going with finding your true starseed nature. And for those of you who are at the tier 5, tier 6 class just a couple days ago, um, finding your essence, finding what's driving you, finding that thing that makes you tick, finding this seeking that's always there in the human soul was right in alignment with where we're going with that. What we're all looking for underneath the surface of what we're calling purpose and contentment and happiness and success and abundance. When we say all these words, there's something underneath all of that energetically that we're all looking for. And while she had her own words for what that is, and it was a very older word, and it translates to beloved friend. It didn't matter if we were using her words. She wants us to create our own words for that. And if we find unique essence and ancient vocabulary to reincorporate it into our practical thinking, feeling, and speaking, so that sacred action comes from white magic, gray magic, so that sacred action comes from the essence of the spirit itself, so that you're just not walking around saying pretty things or saying sacred things or utilizing holy vocabulary, but you're really becoming functional in what you call magic, what I call grace and what she calls magic. Because everything that we're thinking, feeling, and saying becomes a spell that we're weaving. And she said, we are all spellcasters, which I found to be a really beautiful thing. And she said, take this if you take nothing else. All beings say that in their own ways. And so I always ask them, what if I take nothing else, what do you want me to take? If I remember nothing else from these teachings, what do you want me to remember? And she said, all of you are weaving spells of pain, spells of fear, spells of love, spells of gratitude. So if you are all spellcasters and magic weavers, what you're weaving in your thoughts and emotions, words, will become actions that build an energy web in your life. And that's what I took from my time remote viewing with Rokandu. Let's go into questions for her. Okay, you guys want to vote up for me? You've been here long enough to know the drill. Just go into the little bubble there with a question mark on it. And if you see a question and you like it, click the arrow up. That brings it to the top if enough people do that, so that I can know kind of where to go with this channeling insofar as your questions to her. Okay. First question, what is the difference between gray and black magic, and does intention play a part? She said, let me tap in again. Me giving you a technical difference between the three arts isn't going to help you understand them. Because in my language, this was thousands of years ago. And in our language, it no longer applies to you. Black magic has an intention of energy that completely brings things back to a reset point, to a nothingness. It resets back to the great abyss before creation began. And that is the original darkness. Black magic can be deeply misunderstood. When you place an intention in the great abyss, it goes everywhere at the same time, everywhere all at once. And the magic reaches anybody, no matter what, whether they're ready for it or not. And you get the chance to perceive that as light or dark. And then you will, in your own bubbles of perception, perceive good or bad, because that's what you do. You attribute evil to dark. Black magic can be used for great evil, but primarily it's used as an art of defense. Primarily it's used when you must fight, when you must defend yourselves. And when there is absolutely no exception to this rule, black magic is used as an art of defense. But one must apply white magic first. And when that doesn't work, one must apply gray magic second. When that doesn't work, and you genuinely feel your life is threatened, then you may use the power of black magic, because it sends everything back to the original karmic reset point, the original point of a painful decision. If an attack is coming your way and you've tried all other means, and the energy is in a visceral state of pain and suffering for you, in a physical state of pain and suffering for you, or in a mental state of pain and suffering for you that is causing death, then you may resort to black magic. Black magic is a mirror shield that goes all the way around the universe. And whatever intention is placed within that void space returns. It is as simple as that. It is a mirror energy, and it reaches everyone, anyone in its path. It can cause great destruction if that's your intention, or if you become a mirror and there's goodness surrounding you, you will be seen the dark side of that goodness. You will be shown the dark side of that goodness, and you will see it. You will be seen as it, and everyone around you will see any particular intention that is the dark side of goodness. All other sides of your light will be immediately mirrored to everyone, and you will be exposed. It's a vulnerable craft. When should you use it? When you're about to die. At no other time should you use it. And that is our original role in the priesthood of Orisha. Orisha only began to work as essence in human priesthood because of dire circumstances of misusing the art of black magic. Otherwise, we would hold no energy to want or desire to assist you, because black magic should not be needed. It should not be necessary. But there has come a time on your planet where it is necessary. And those who are deeply trained, mentally sound, and magically ready may use the dark arts willingly and discerningly, with great discretion and great respect. But again, there is an order. White magic comes first. You send the light. You send a mirror of goodness. In order to utilize white magic effectively, you must have no judgment towards the person. You must have no judgment towards the scenario. But the reason why white magic doesn't work most of the time is that your judgment immediately turns on when you're afraid. This is why you tend to only utilize white magic when fear, judgment isn't present. White magic is utilized when you wish to send love and light to someone, as you would say in your vocabulary. White magic is utilized when you wish to send a prayer or a blessing of good health for someone. White magic is used unknowingly in religions in various degree of spiritual development and all of its tools. White magic has become very modernized and popular. It will not defend you if you hold the same darkness of the person you are afraid of. And the rule is, most do. When that does not work, you move on to gray magic. Gray magic is an interesting combination, a swirling of the light and the dark. It requires great mental fortitude. You must be a person with no envy. You must be a person who holds fear naturally, not as a defense and not as a judgment. Envy is the darkest art in black magic. We can go into that later. But one who holds the energy of gray magic must not hold envy knowingly or unknowingly, or the magic will not work. There are no repercussions towards the sender or the receiver. It's just that the magic will not work. Gray magic is when you take a fear and you turn it to its opposite. Envy holds no opposite because it is a trap and it is all-consuming. Disgust is an energy field similar to envy and cannot be used in gray magic because it does not hold a true opposite. It is all-consuming. You can place words upon its opposite, but you will not take upon the energy or vibration of the word in your mind, body, or soul. Because envy and disgust are off-putting to spirit, and you will not bring in, beloved friend, if you hold envy or disgust. It is the strongest vibration upon your planet at this time that requires white magic. Prepare yourself for gray magic by removing envy and disgust from your life. Learn to see purity, worth, and goodness in all beings, no matter how much they challenge you, and you will become a practitioner of the white magic. If you wish to become, at that point, a practitioner of gray magic, you must be able to take every pain, even the greatest suffering you can imagine, and find a goodness in it. You must be able to take everything that's seen only as goodness and find evil in it. Here is the difficult part for you. You are in great terror in your lands. You are in great terror in your soul. But your spirit is free. So everything else is a masquerade, even the soul. The soul is a human game that you play, and you require this game. You love it. Lifetime after lifetime, you love it. It's necessary in the way of creation and beauty. When you are experiencing it, you cannot deny it. But the truth is, it is an illusion, and spirit is the only truth. In gray magic, all practitioners are taught this firsthand, immediately. Do not be attached to your past lives or your soul, but know and find it. Do not be attached too much to just finding your spirit either, but know yourself, find it. Do not be attached to your body because it is the most temporal. It is so temporal that none other body will exist in any way, shape, or form that is similar to the one that you are holding around you at this moment. It'll go, and it will never be found again. Do not be attached to your unique temperament, but you must know it. You must know the temperament of the soul. What is your mental temperament and constitution? If you are to become a practitioner of gray magic or black magic, you must know your own temperament so well. And if it isn't working for the arts, you must change it. You must not be of weak constitution. If you hold any physical or mental malady, from something as simple as obesity to something as difficult as cancer. It is not wise to practice the arts of gray magic or dark magic, for you must be healed and whole. If you are prone to the spell of dark night of the soul, you are not an adept in gray magic, because it will consume you. Heal thyself, healers, witches, before you come in and taint my arts. For the nature of yourself and others, for your safety, for the reverence, learn white magic first and heal your minds and bodies. Then come back and I will teach you more, at least about gray magic. Gray magic is the art not necessarily just of shielding or psychic defense, although that is involved. Gray magic is the art of taking light and seeing darkness, or taking darkness and seeing light. Gray magic is the art of understanding that both dark and light exist at the same time, and this will decondition the container of your minds and all of the pain from the technologies of the soul. It will decondition the mind and the soul from holding on to any definition of darkness as evil or white as purity and goodness. You will begin to see the speckles in all things without judgment. Again, no jealousy or disgust, because it turns into a judgment. You need to see black within white and white within black before a true field of color can arise. Before light can do its job with you and others, you must learn this. That is enough of a basic description to remedy your question. Did not mean to go into trance.